Megalvan and my Elven, Fae, and Otherkin family. I wanted to go ahead and do episode 2 now of what we had just started as part of our Elven Musings of the day, and this is another Elven Sayings. So I'd like to do this every few days at least, and to maybe help inspire you to think about your own inner being, and maybe this will wake something up in you. I know it works for me as well. So today's saying, and I want to give thanks to the Silver Elves for this. Please feel free to go look at their Facebook page and all their groups. They're the Silver Elves, and they have so much to offer out there. I love their sayings, great books on sayings as well. So if you would, go give them a like. Okay, anyway, so the saying of the day is, all right, the reason we are invisible to most folks is not because we are hiding, but because they refuse to see. All right, so it's not because we're hiding from them. They just refuse to see us as elves or fae or otherkin. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Before I get into it, I just wanted to say a very big thank you to so many of you who supported our Facebook page, Lambangamor, the Elven School of Lore Masters. It's an Elven college that we have online, and we now have over 5,000 followers. So thank you very much for all the support. We really appreciate it. All right, so for our short video today on why we seem to be hidden is because most people can't see us. And so what does that really mean also? Well, Sherlock Holmes, a fictional character, I get it, but Sherlock Holmes, one of his most famous quotes is, "You see, but you do not observe." So many people today are blind to the world around them, to the true world around them. I have personally seen some amazing and wonderful and magical things. And maybe because I was always open to it, I was willing to believe it. I guess I was never completely taught not to believe. So it was easier for me to see it. So many people go through their whole lives never seeing reality due to fear, and it can be fear of failure, fear of the unknown. It can be fear of rejection by family or by society, and just for so many people, a fear of change. They would rather live their life in darkness rather than turn around and actually look at the real moon to see the light for what it is. And so they voluntarily put blinders on so they can't see the world around them. And so much the truth is right in front of us, and yet we refuse to see it. There's an interesting phrase. It says, "You can't see the forest through the trees." And I think that's probably more valid now than ever before, because there is so much information, so much false information, I guess you could say, but so much information available to people nowadays that's in some ways never been available to humankind before, through a deluge of information and stimulation from the government, from the media, from social media, from the internet. And people are confused. They don't know what to believe anymore, because today it says that this is good for you, tomorrow it says it's bad for you. And so a lot of people just get to the point where they're just sensory overload, and they pull back and they just don't want to look anymore. They just don't want to see anymore, so they find that comfortable little place in their life and they stay there, not realizing that they've cost themselves so much adventure, so much beauty by going into this false sense of security. They'd rather be blinded by it. How do we do that? How do we open up? And it's like I said in the very beginning of this video, it's believing that there can be something beyond what we believe there is. And so I love the movie I've talked about before on my videos, The Santa Claus. Absolutely love that movie. I know it's very simple, and we suspend disbelief because of the simplicity and beauty of the message. And in there is a beautiful little elf who talks about that seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. So here's that clip real quick.
Extra chocolate. Shaken, not stirred. You look distressed.
Distressed? I'm way past distressed.
Why is that?
I'm talking to an elf. And I stopped believing in Santa Claus a long time ago.
That's not surprising. Most grown-ups can't believe in magic. It just sort of grows out of them.
Look, you're a nice little elf.
Thanks.
But this is a dream. I mean, this is fabulous. Is that a polar bear directing traffic down there? I see it, but I don't believe it.
You're missing the point.
What is the point?
Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. Kids don't have to see this place to know that it's here. They just know.
All right. I hope you like that. That is maybe my favorite part of the whole movie was that right in and of itself, that sometimes we need to believe first. Because if we don't believe that something can be, we won't look for it. We won't try to find it. But if we believe that it's possible, then we're more willing to open our eyes and look around and see what there is to see. You know, with Einstein, I've said this before also, so many people said, well, Einstein was a genius. And he would pretty much deny that. He'd say, no, it's just that I chose to look at something from a different angle, just from a different perspective. He believed that something other than what they were being taught back then about physics, he believed that something else might be true, that the universe might be even more grand than we thought. And he decided he believed first that it could be, and he looked from a different perspective. Believing is seeing. Huang Po, I've talked about before, a Zen master he passed away around 850 AD. And he was very much into not being fooled by what your eyes alone can see, but what the heart can also do. And so many people today are supposedly looking for enlightenment. And he would often say that you're not being enlightened, you're just remembering who you are. A beautiful way of saying that was, we cannot become what we have always been. We cannot become what we've always been. We can only become intuitively aware of our original state. All right, previously hidden from us, from our sight, by clouds of fear. We've always been here. Elves have always been here. Just sometimes people refuse to see us. Sometimes we refuse to see ourselves. All right, I'm almost done here, but a little poem that this was written, again, just about 1,000 years ago. And it was, there never was a single thing, then where is defiling dust to cling? If you cannot reach the heart of this, why talk of transcendental bliss? What this was originally mentioned is that people will go, okay, well, what I'm looking at is a mirror. And sometimes that mirror gets dirty, it gets covered with dust. And what this one Zen poet was trying to say is, the mirror and the dust is actually you. And that you're looking at a false perception. You are the mirror, you are the dust, you are everything. Just open your eyes and you'll see that. If you could only accept what's before you, you'd realize that your whole life was lived in blindness. Okay, but that's not something to regret. I wanted to make sure I said that because I can speak for myself. Once I was blind and color was gone from my soul, but now my life is filled with infinite shades. And I have no sorrow for the time without sight, because now all is sweeter for the view. I have no regret for the time that I was blind, because now what I see is just all the sweeter. Well, that's just my little phrase, saying for the day. I hope it helps some of you out there. It always does me a lot of good to do this. We've got some new videos coming up very soon. These are just my little ones that I do, but coming up very soon we're going to be doing, we're going to start our Elven healing series over again, and I think I might start it this weekend. And we're going to start from the inside out, start from the soul and work our way out, and we're going to talk about a wide variety of different issues and ailments that humans go through, and how maybe we can use Elven healing to cure those. I've done it for over 20 years in my medical practice, And I want to share those with you, how we did it. So if you have any particular issues that you're dealing with, let me know. Put it in the descriptions of the video here, and I'll see if I can address those for you as a doctor and as an elf. I'll see what I can do to help you out with those. All right. Well, I hope this helps you. Okay, and as always, may you all be blessed by the elves. And I look forward to talking to you very soon. My name is Dr. Erendio Spindalelis, and I am the Elven Scholar. Namarie.